everyone and welcome to 5-9 Gaming, your source for news and updates for everything gaming related. My name is Sunblade and I welcome you to our Dokkan Battle podcast. This week it's time for episode 68 and a lot is going on with Dokkan right now. So I can't wait to introduce today's guests for today's episode called Dokkan Forever. Make sure to subscribe to 5-9 Gaming across all social media platforms. As always, you can take advantage of our link tree. So, let me introduce today's guests. UK Super Battle Road King, the Masked Ningen. How are you doing, buddy?
Yo, how's it going, everybody? I'm excited to be here. I'm very excited to talk about all the crazy, awesome, amazing things that are going on global Dokkan right now.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how are you doing? How are you doing global right now?
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, I saw that you set up your JP account, huh?
Yep, that's right. I've been working on my JP because I still am a proud global main to my core, but it kind of almost hurts to look at it at the moment. So.
Okay, let's continue with the introduction. So, the man who just achieved 1,000 subs on his channel, Minato.
Hello, I'm actually 1.2k, so get your facts straight.
Ooh,
Let's go!
Big man here.
Congrats.
Yeah, but hello, thanks for having me on again, gamers.
Yeah, you guys inquired us to bring him back, so Ice Cold Joker is back again. Say hello.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Glad to
good
be back
morning.
again.
Nice. Hello, buddy. And yeah, last but not least, I am delighted to introduce JoeWags for the first time, a creator I recruited myself, so glad to have you on, buddy.
Yeah, happy to be here. This is actually my second time. I did get in last week. It was a good experience. Yeah, very much enjoying it, but
you know, I wasn't the host last week, so it's
Right.
actually my first time, so yeah.
Yeah, first time with us together. Very much enjoying it. I
Right.
mean, what's more hype than these androids right now, right? Just loving
Yeah,
androids. There's nothing else going on. There's nothing else going on. It's androids. I'm good.
Exactly. So let's start with episode 68 called Dokkan Forever. So let's talk about top grossing here. We just got 100 stones in our box. So yeah, quick question to you guys. What did you guys pull? Minato, I saw an interesting video of yours, so quick recap here.
Yeah, it was fun. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna just finish up this rotation of the gods. And then it was like Zeno, the first multi. I was like, okay. So I got my first dupe for them. I am going to I think I might chase for a second dupe. I don't know. I'm still deciding. It's like, ugh. But we'll see, right? Yeah, I got pretty lucky in my top grossing stones for sure.
And Ningen, you didn't pull anything exciting, I guess? With your funny JP account?
So yeah, I was in the middle of doing something when the top grossing dropped, because yeah, I've got a JP account. I've actually had it for years. I started it funnily enough, when Masked Ningen came out on JP, because it was he came out on the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku banner.
Right.
But it's one of those things where once I really got into like content creation, I don't have a huge amount of time to play it, so I don't even log into it every day. I think the last time I logged into it was during the download celebration. And then the time before that was the previous anniversary. So I've had it for a long time, but I don't really go on it very much. I just summon when something crazy is going on. So I didn't pull either of the LRs, or the new ones, but I did pull a few good things. I got my first GT Goku. I've got both the LR Super Saiyan 4s. I got my first copy of STR LR Vegito. So I've got some decent stuff, but no, I have not got the new LRs.
Okay, yeah, nice nonetheless. So yeah, Akatsuki actually kind of confirmed the 8th and 9th anniversary here, and it's not very surprising because top grossing for IS was up for about a week, I think, and yeah, Android beat the Horse Girl gacha, so yeah, Dokkan isn't dead, guys. I know some of you want to see the game to be dead, but yeah, it's not happening. Not at all, and yeah.
They've been saying that ever since the second anniversary, dude. Literally ever since the second anniversary. This is crazy because the second anniversary is so successful. As they're like, oh, Dokkan's dying soon. It's not gonna live that long. And it just rinse and repeat every year, every time. And now we're still here. Dokkan's dying. It's on a downtrend. And now there's gonna be like the most profitable like celebration ever, probably, right?
People who don't play Dokkan say that Dokkan is dying. Let's just put it that way.
Yep, exactly, right?
Okay, fair enough.
It's the fact that we've hit, like, I think this is like the second time we were in top grossing for a week straight. I don't remember the last time, but I remember we had it like that last time, right? And then we hit Android as well. It's funny because iOS barely dropped to second, like yesterday when we hit first on the Android. So that's pretty funny.
So, do you guys have any like dreams for the future of Dokkan? What do you want to see for the 8th and 9th anniversary? I saw some stuff on Twitter actually from you, Minato. Maybe you can repeat that one more time.
Yeah. So what I was thinking about, I was like, okay, so next week is probably gonna be a Goku and Vegeta. Usually they don't transform on the even numbers. Like we had this first Super Saiyan 4s, the second one. Then we last year no transforming. So I'm presuming they might not transform. So I was thinking, what if we have, okay, Super Saiyan 3 Goku that does the Super Spirit Bomb, and then he has like an Angel Vegeta banner unit. Then we have a Majin Vegeta that does his final explosion and has an Angel Goku banner unit. But like with like these level of animations, that would look so good, right? Like, ooh, thinking about it makes me excited. I hope that's really the case.
Imagine like with the quality of animations we have now, like you'd have to make it an active skill, but having the like final explosion with the voice, like the whole like Bulma, Trunks, U2, Kakarot, like that whole thing as an active skill cutscene with the graphic, like the animation quality that we have now, that would actually be insane.
My only request is that they actually release a Bulma you can use with Majin Vegeta then.
Yeah.
So never.
Well, actually, I think it was
LR Bulma. Let's do it.
Well, I think actually it was Ryuden replied to Minato's tweet saying that they should make the Majin Vegeta unit like Majin Vegeta and Kid Trunks, and then they have like an exchange where he, you know, knocks out Trunks and just changes into just Majin Vegeta. Because we've seen with like the Goku Vegeta exchange from the download celebration that they still count for fulfilling those like character names, even if they're in like the other form. So that would be cool.
What do you guys think of the hype between them trying to do a Saiyan Saga Goku and Vegeta? Do you think that's worthy of an anniversary?
No. Well, I mean, maybe, but I would say not as hype as other things they could do. Let's be honest, it's always going to be like Super Saiyans and Goku and Vegeta. I don't think they'll do just the base forms right. But what I will say is I think that we can get Saiyan Saga for part 2 this anniversary.
I feel like Kid Goku and Demon King Piccolo. That's what I want. I want Dragon Ball Saga, and I feel like that would be really hype. I mean, if you look at how well Kid Goku did, like when he originally released the Int one, he was like instant top grossing. I think people love Kid Goku. Yeah. I'm craving Dragon Ball Saga, so I need something. Maybe not an anniversary, but like I need a Dokkan Fest. Like, give me something.
I agree, right? I love that fight. Also, Goku versus Piccolo Jr. in the 23rd World Tournament. The only thing with those is that I don't think they would be anniversary worldwide, simply because they also think of the global audiences. I don't think Kid Goku versus Demon King Piccolo would do well enough on the global side as an anniversary. That's why I don't think it would be an anniversary Dual Dokkan Fest. As much as I would love like an LR Kid Goku and Demon King Piccolo, unfortunate that's reality, right?
Yeah, I feel like obviously like diehard fans, everybody likes what they like, and I feel like people always over exaggerate. Like you know, if you are super into original Dragon Ball or you're like super into Saiyan Saga, you probably have a lot of people like in your sphere that are also super into it. So you think that it will be super popular, but I feel like from what we've seen in the game, especially like you said with the way it compares to JP with Global, and then just some of the like when you look at the wider discourse on like Twitter and the Reddit and stuff like that, I feel like the vast majority of Dragon Ball fans do not care about original Dragon Ball, and then not as much about the Saiyan Saga either, because like you said, a lot of people got into it with Dragon Ball Z, which obviously does start off with the Saiyan Saga, but then the real hype came from like, you know, the first Super Saiyan transformation and everything after that. Like the Super Saiyan transformation is such a meme that it like people who don't know anything about anime will recognize a meme of like someone going Super Saiyan without even knowing what Dragon Ball Z is. So I feel like from that point onwards is where all the most hype stuff is. Like I think a Dual Dokkan Fest Saiyan Saga Goku and Vegeta would be awesome, but I just don't feel like it's as hype as some of the people who really want it think it is. So I agree with Minato that I don't think it would be like an anniversary level Dual Dokkan Fest.
Okay, so yeah, with that said, let's continue. And yeah, the Dual Dokkan Festival LRs have been out for a week now, and yeah, after you guys have been using them, for quite a while. Any final thoughts about them? Who's your favorite? So yeah, Minato, you again. Who's your favorite?
My favorite, actually, I think I like the blue duo. I know a lot of people like the Super Saiyan 4s. I would say overall, though, they're even, but if I had to choose one that I prefer more, I think it's the blue duo. Simply because I just like that what they do is always 100% you're going to get. Whereas with the Super Saiyan 4, it is an RNG chance. Like, you can get the counter, you may get the additional super. With the blue duo, you're just guaranteed to get those stuff, which is what I like. But on the flip side, they don't have as good linking partners as Super Saiyan 4. So
Right,
you can go
yes.
you can go back and forth like with these units, and there can be an argument that lasts for like a long time if you're debating either or, right?
Yep.
I just think I like the blues. Also, I feel like they just look cooler to me, right? I just love the God aura, and the blue aura looks so clean. And both are like the best units in the game, even at 55% by a mile, I'd say.
Right, yeah.
So in terms of how they are compared to the rest of the game, it's pretty clear. I feel like we all know at this point, right?
Exactly. Yeah, as for me, I'm a JP player also, obviously, and I prefer Gogeta more at the moment because, yes, the Super Saiyan 4s have GT and shocking speed, and they have better partners, so I can get off the 18 key more consistently. And for the blue god, for the gods, their best linking partner at the moment are themselves at a transformed state, or the blue Goku and Vegeta from the Tournament of Power. But unfortunately, that card only has Tournament of Power as a key link, so those two units in a rotation require a lot of keys, so you need to build the team around them a little bit, and that annoys me personally. So that is fine. That's not a bad way to build a team, but I don't like that personally, so I'm going with Gogeta at the moment, but that might change in the future. I think we'll get like a super good God Goku in the future, maybe an easy A for the tech one, and then things might change.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, what if part 2 is Resurrection F, and then we get LR Blue Goku and then LR Blue Vegeta, like just standalone, right?
Okay.
That would be interesting, right? And they would share like 6 set links with the new LR. Just a little thought I want to put in there, because I feel like it could still be Goku and Vegeta for part 2. I know everyone wants Broly and Omega, but it feels more Goku and Vegeta centric than.
I mean, last year
Broly.
they got the 2 villains on the part 2, so.
Well, I think.
I mean, no, there wasn't villains because it was both 17s last year.
Where?
It was both 17s.
Oh yeah,
last
no,
year.
the year before that. Sorry, I was thinking.
Well, it's because the that's what people were. A lot of people said Omega or and Broly like early on, but obviously remember the big thing is the theme of the anniversary is Goku and Vegeta, not GT and Dragon Ball Super Broly. Plus, somebody did point out, even though it's not technically like Omega and like full power, like we have Broly and Sin as side banner units. So wherever the part 2 LRs are going to be, I think they'll be Goku and Vegeta related. And obviously all the Vegito fans out there are on the copium that they'll be Vegito related. So
But one thing I really want to say, and I discussed this with Minato before, like before the new LRs launched, like everybody was making fun of the LR Blue Goku and Vegeta, like they are dead, they are so bad, they are top 30 LR in the game now, and now they are relevant again, so suck on this. Like, they're fine.
Just leader skills change everything, dude.
Yeah.
Except Blue Cow Kenny still sucks.
Yeah, right. But we will get to that in the future. We will discuss some units that got buffed by the new leader skill system. This will be a very interesting topic to discuss. So, yeah, I want to continue with the banner units here. STR Base, Broly, and Tech Sin Shenron. So, yeah, unfortunately, Minato is the only one who plays JP today here, but you have used them, right? So, yeah, how much of a gap is there between them, and what do you think about those two?
I guess I'll just answer everything JP related. But anyway, so I've tried them out, right? And it's like the base Broly is like solid, right? I see what they're going for. His first super attack, you'll as long as the enemy's under 80%, basically with his first super attack, I guess you can make them fall under the 80%. And if you get the double super, he'll be super effective against all types, right? On the second one at the very least. He's not bad. I just feel like there's not really a great like Dragon Ball Super Broly to use him with currently, and he just like when you look at him compared to Sin Shenron, who like hits way harder than him, has much better defense, rainbow orb chains on top of that, and Broly like heals when he kills an enemy. It's like really there's a huge gap between them in my opinion, and I just feel like, you know, and also another issue with them is that they're on 3 teams, both of them, so you're not really gonna end up using them in general.
Right.
But it's kind of odd, I feel like, right? That's why I could see why people are thinking part 2 is Omega and Broly, because it's like these units, like, they don't have partners, they don't really have a place right now, I feel like, right? So things could always change, right? But we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly, yeah. I personally like dismissed Broly immediately. He's not bad, but when I saw his kit and his amount of categories, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Screw this unit, because like the last part of his passive was like if he finishes off one enemy, you get like 20% HP or something, and that part of a passive doesn't intrigue me at all. But Shinron, yeah, on the one side you're right, like you're never gonna use him, but on the other side he kind of buffs GT bosses, and this is a team that really needs help. So yeah, I'm happy that we got another solid card for this team. So yeah, I have him at 90% now. Unfortunately, I didn't pull any dupes for the LRs, but yeah, let me talk to the global players. Unfortunately, you can't get your hands on those units, but what's your opinion from, looking from the outside in? Let's start with Joe. So, yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I did watch some videos on them. Shenron seems pretty ridiculous because you can only run him on a 150 lead, and he's putting up like, what, 5-6 mil attack stats, 500k defense, like just absolutely insane. So like when this guy actually gets a legit GT bosses, like he's going to be a must run on the team. I think both of the units suffer from lack of categories. So right now Broly's actually fitting better on teams. You can run him on 170, but I feel like he's a little underwhelming just because he depends on orbs, but he doesn't orb change himself. And I like when units when they have orb requirements in their passive, I like when they can change their own orbs. So I'm definitely liking Shenron way better overall.
And Ice Cold Joker, what's your opinion?
So I do have a small JP account that I break out on the anniversary. So I have used everyone a bit. Unfortunately, I haven't pulled Tech Shenron, sadly, and I haven't pulled the Blue Boys either, which is really making me frustrated, to say the least. But Broly is like 55%. He hits like 3.5 million, but I have yet to kill anyone with him, so I don't see the point of his healing. Just like let's see, just like how the free-to-play Goku Black that came with the anniversary, the 5-year, I think.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah, so he gets key every time he kills someone, but I have yet to kill anyone with him either. So I don't really like these skills in their passes where you have to finish the final blow, because he's not good enough to be on main rotation to kill someone. You're gonna run the boys, you're gonna run the Super Saiyan 4s, you're gonna run Easy A Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who's hitting like 11 million next to the new Super Saiyan 4s. Like, you're not putting Broly on the front line to get that for the healing. So I don't really see a point in him right now.
I see. Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's pretty much what I said earlier. And yeah, to circle back a little bit to the LRs here, Ningen, I assume that you are going to quote-unquote save all your stones now for the anniversary and going all you will go all in this summer?
Oh yes. So I will be doing the content creator version of saving, which is doing a very, very small amount of summons on every banner, rather than because recently for units that I've been quite hyped for, I've been doing like 1,000 stones on stream or something like that. But I'm definitely not going to be doing that anymore. And when it comes to some of the upcoming units, like, for example, one of the next units that we should get on Global in terms of banner is LR, Future Gohan, and Trunks. They'll probably do a ticket pack for them, which I'll probably buy, but I might not actually do any stone summons for them, because we all know what legendary summon banners are like.
Right.
Then Trunks, I'm not really that hyped about Trunks. I don't think he's bad or anything. I'm just not really that hyped about him. So yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe chill a little bit and save, because after having gotten my hands on these units, like I said, I've been messing around with my JP account. I have managed to breeze through so much content by using my very bad, like 2 years old, no one is easy aid fusion team, and then just using a friend LR Super Saiyan 4s. Like, I used that team to beat Fusion Super Battle Road. I went all the way through the Easy A for diffusions units like Wirus and Selza, because the weakness for that category was fusion, and literally it was just the friend Super Saiyan 4s just like carrying through the whole thing. So having actually gotten to use those units, like they're just insane, and I don't want a repeat of last year where it's going to take me way more stones than I started out with to pull one of them. So I want to make sure I want to make sure I've got a lot of them saved up this time.
Yeah. So, Minato, you and me talked about this briefly, but would you recommend saving the red gacha coins, even for global players, just for the anniversary units when they come back for both the versions? Or
Yes.
should the guys spend them now? Okay. Yes.
I says yes, right? They're clearly the best units in the game, and I doubt they're going to be replaced as the best units in the game until maybe the Worldwide Celebration, and even then, it could still be iffy, right? Like, we don't know currently the future. Like, we don't even know if any other units are going to get 200% leader skills, right? For the time being, until we see the next Dokkan Fest, and if that's even the case as well, not only would I not like that, I think they should, but it just makes them more valuable to save your coins for. And Tanabata unit has never been better than the Anniversary LR. Even the Worldwide Celebration units sometimes have not been better than the Anniversaries, so we'll have to wait and see.
Are you slandering Full Power Frieza?
No, I'm not talking about Full Power Frieza. I think he was better, right? But I'm talking about, like, Gohan and Cell. I feel like Super Saiyan 4 Goku was better than them, for example. Like, at the time of release, stuff like that, right? And it's like Namek Goku, for example. He was called Namek Goku. The thing with him is there's no extreme class enemy, so I feel like it's sensible that a lot of times UI Goku is better than him, right? Stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, very, very cool. So, we talked about JP stuff for a while, and it's time to get to global here. And, What are you guys doing on global right now? I just want to ask. Like, what's going on global?
Tumbleweed.
Nothing, dude.
Like,
Link leveling.
Link
As
leveling,
always.
huh?
Yep.
I'm playing with my Easy A androids. I love them. They're great. They're fantastic. I like them. Did some summons, maybe more than I should have, but my summons were kind of crazy. So I did the tickets, and I ended up getting 2 copies of the tech androids on tickets and a Dr. Zero, which was really, really awesome.
I hate
Yeah,
you.
but then like a fool, because I wanted my AGL Kid Gohan was only 55%, and I wanted to rainbow him or get a few more copies. Like a fool, I went in with 1,300 more stones.
Ooh.
I got one more copy of Zero, 0 tech androids, but I did rainbow the Kid Gohan, which was good. Probably one of the most insane things that has happened to me. So do you guys know that STR really old Goku that just randomly got put back into the banner? He was like removed from the pool for a long time, and they brought him back during the 350 million downloads. So I didn't have him because I had him way back in the day and I bobbed him. So I went in with 0 copies. I came out of this banner with 3 copies of that STR Goku unfeatured. 2 of them were on back-to-back ticket summons. It was insane. It's on my channel, but I could not believe, like, what are the odds of getting 3 of that specific unfeatured unit that I did not have? So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I personally do not have the unit, so that's crazy to me. So I hope that I will pull him someday.
I mean, you're not missing out. He's not the greatest. He's okay.
Yeah,
He's
right.
okay.
But just for collection purposes, I just want to have him. So
one thing I will say though, his animation is really fire. Like, I was surprised when I saw how good it was, and just something in general I want Dokkan to change is, like, I want them to change like these basic Kamehameha animations, and if they just tossed in his animation for every basic Kamehameha, I would feel so much better playing all these other units. But I could not believe how good his animation was.
I'm pretty sure he's got the same animation as the TUR for Namek Goku.
Okay, yep. It's really good.
Yeah.
He does, but he doesn't have a background when Namek Goku does. That's
Right.
it's kind of like, okay, they could have just added a background.
They gave him a little
It's
bit,
hard,
but not
right?
everything.
Yeah, but it's not that big of a deal, right?
Yeah, that's fair enough, though, I guess. Yeah, my summons were not great. I did all the tickets, and I got some good Dokkan Fests and stuff. I finished rainbowing both the future Gohans, because I think I skipped both of their original banners and then just never really picked up that many copies along the way. So I finished off rainbowing them, which was good because the obviously physical future Gohan's going to get his Easy A in the next couple of weeks on Global. And I think he was going to be the first Dokkan Fest exclusive to Easy A that I wouldn't have had rainbowed when he got his Easy A. So that's pretty good. I got my Kid Gohan from 55% to 90%, but it took me 1,100 stones to pull one copy of the androids, and that was after doing all the tickets. So very disappointing. But I did really want them. Like, I love the androids team. Like, obviously, you know, Super 17 memes and all that. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun actually running the android team again now. The team's been completely transformed. Actually able to beat like difficult content and stuff now. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with them. I did get Jiro and 19 to 2 dupes as well, which was cool. But yeah, getting the actual androids was quite the pain. So I'm gonna just have to sit at the 1 copy for now.
I mean, at least you guys pulled him.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I did. Sorry, Sunblade.
No, all good. Go ahead.
I used all the tickets. 800 stones. No androids. I got 3 copies of Dr. Gero, 2 copies of Kid Gohan, 3 copies of Int Future Gohan, and 113 and 1 GT Goku. All of which I couldn't use except for Gohan and Dr. Gero. So I'm sitting here big sad.
So it's one of those banners where you can literally pull every future unit except for the new one.
Yeah, I was super hyped for it.
Yeah, dude, those are so annoying. That's exactly what happened to me on the Super Saiyan Force. I was like, okay, thanks. Right?
And that's when you get into that despair like spiral. There's nothing worse than getting like, you know, you're getting like back-to-back Vegito fusions and you're just pulling like all of the other featured units.
Dude,
and it's just like
I pulled 5 into LR Vegitos before I got 1 copy of the new Super Saiyan 4.
During the download celebration, I rainbowed 3rd form Frieza before I finally pulled my only copy of Full Power Frieza. So
yeah, I just have in my head like a tweet that Ningen posted a couple of days or a week ago. The days where Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road was actually hard, but now you can pretty much no item it easily.
Yep.
So that's funny, and I feel bad for you, Joker, because like running them as a friend, the androids, that's a pain in the ass. So
no, they don't have a good leader skill.
That's
exactly.
That's the only downside, because they don't have the androids leader skill. So if you want to use them on the androids team, you still have to use the existing leaders that we have, and then obviously you only have 1 of them rather than having both of them on 1 rotation, and their team's not great. Their leader skill, I mean.
I just cleared Android Super Battle or ESBR for the first time using a friend one because I wasn't gonna try until they came out, and I had to run like the int cell as my leader and then a friend androids as my friend, and then I had like I think the Easy A LR androids, the AGL Easy A 17 that just happened, and then Dr. Gero Cell and someone else, but it was rough.
It's weird the fact that Dr. Gero and 19 aren't on either of their categories. So they're like their side banner unit, but you can't run them on their team, which is very strange.
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't just an androids lead. Like, it would have been so much better. Like, let's run them on Future with Goku, Black, and Zamasu. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
right?
that's so annoying.
It's just that it's that weird trend that they seem to just be continuing for this year. Last year, I guess, because it's early this year. But it's every Dokkan Fest has to have some weird new category that just really doesn't need to exist. Like, if you want to give them Future Saga, it is a bit weird, but that team did need a new leader. But yeah, just make their other skill androids, not Worldwide Chaos, which, if I remember rightly, is basically just sworn enemies, but slightly different. So
okay, so let's talk about some Easy A's here. And I know that Hellfighter 17 and AGL Android 17, the GT1, just got their Easy A on Global. So how are you enjoying them? Ningen, go ahead. You love the androids, so shoot.
They're all very good. I'll rather than talk about all of them, I'll talk about one and let the other guys handle the rest. So I'll talk about the LR androids, I guess. They are incredibly good, which, finally some redemption, because when they first came out, they were obviously very, very difficult to get. Well, I say difficult, more so time consuming than anything else. But yeah, I think they're really, really good. You can run them as a support unit in the third slot. I think that's probably what they're designed to be used for, because they provide defensive support to everybody on the rotation. They raise defense on super attacks. So obviously they're not really supposed to be a slot 1 unit, but even without getting like a ton of links, like you don't need to put them with a unit that's going to activate every single one of their links. And with a little bit of other support on that rotation, like from one of those other easy A17s or something like that, they're hitting 5, close to 6 million attack stat. They have ridiculously high defense. If you're fighting a super type enemy, they obviously can get an additional super from their passive. So those kind of units with the defense raise for 1 turn, I always like to give them a little bit of extra additional anyway. So I did a run on the legendary Vegeta event for my video yesterday, and when you get one of the turns where they triple super, then obviously in total they're dishing out a lot of damage, and then their defense gets up to being incredibly high. So unfortunately they are limited to teams like a lot of the android units, but basically any of those categories that they're on, you should probably be running them as a support unit. So yeah, very, very good.
Exactly. Okay, so Joe, which is a one do you want to talk about?
I guess I'll talk about the AGL 17, but just as a package, I want to say I love the flexibility that these units bring, because they're all support units, but they all are very good offensively and defensively. So you have the ability to run them on rotation and blow stuff away that way, or you can float them and then focus on other on rotation units, which I really, really like. The AGL 17 is probably one of my favorites out of the group. I actually like running them on rotation with the LR. They're going to be sitting at 250 to 300k starter turn defense. You can put them in slot 1 because the LR androids aren't very good in slot 1, but they're good after super attacking. And then, yeah, just the fact that they're supporting the rotation, putting up very easy 5 mil attack stats, by the way. 5 mil, 5.5, just flicks his wrist and does a ton of damage. Reminds me of Majin Vegeta. Very, very good. Yeah, very excited about these EZAs. I love them.
Cool. So, Joker, your turn.
See, we've got the Int Hellfighter 17 left then, huh? I believe?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah. I mean, he is definitely, because he gets most of his defense on super attack, so he's definitely not a slot 1 unit, but I also use them in the GT event like Ningen did, and keeping them together, not even with Super 17, the LR, but both the new EZAs, you can put the AGL1 in slot 1 for most situations.
Yep.
With his 250k defense to start out.
Mhm.
And then he supers and he's over 300k, and then the Hellfighter 17 comes in and he's at a 6 million attack stat, and after he supers he's also over 300k defense. So I mean, they're both built, one for defense, one for offense, but together they're ridiculous powerhouses for the androids team, which hasn't gotten too many buffs until this current celebration, which I enjoy. We're buffing a category that has way too many leaders, but not a lot of support until now. So I'm thankful for them.
What I want to bring up is that keep in mind that the new Dokkan Fest androids do also activate their passive. It just could be any 17. It doesn't have to be specifically those together, right? It could be Super 17, it could be Tournament of Power 17 in the future. So they're always going to be relevant on the androids team, because guess what? There's always going to be good 17 units, right? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, that's why the way I was running it for the Vegeta event was I had LR Super 17 on one rotation and then the tech androids on the other rotation, and then yeah, it doesn't matter how you want to float them around, they're always going to have 17 on rotation with them. So very good.
I'm really curious to see how they're going to fit in with the Dragon Ball superhero movie units, because it's clearly Red Ribbon Army themed. So I'm hoping they have some really cool stuff in there to build this team out a little bit more as well.
Ooh, that's true.
Right. Okay, so we have some more EZAs to talk about. Let's talk about the Dragon Ball Fusions Extreme Zero Awakenings. And yeah, they have been out on JP for a while, but Minato, you love them. So yeah, I'm giving you some time here to advertise those units to the public.
You mean the fusions ones, right? You cut off a little on my end.
Yeah, the
My headphones
fusions
are
one.
weird.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, yeah, that's fine. That's not your fault. It's my headphones being dumb. But okay, the fusions are the first batch is not that great actually. In my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the second match that really comes in. But let's talk about the first batch, I guess. I think Bopan, she should have not had. She has like a high chance to guard and be super effective. It's like. Should just given her guarantee guard and get rid of the super effective is what I would fix. But she does give All Eyes 3 keys. She's a great help to the fusion team. She can be very interesting. I know Karoli's pretty good. He can hit very hard. He could triple super. He could stun. Very, very nasty units. And I believe there is the Goku and Bardock fusion. What is it called again? I forgot the name. Barlot, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Barlot.
Yeah. Barlot, I feel like might be the best because he creates STR orbs and he gets a lot of buffs from those STR orbs. In total, he can get like 250 plus attack and defense. He gets nuking per orb, and then he also gets like a 30% chance to crit. He could double super. He's just very, very nasty. And again, I know, I believe Joe earlier said that he prefers units that create their own orbs if they're gonna require a lot of them, and that's what this guy does, and I very much like that. And the last one I believe is the Pandel. I feel like Pandel is perfect for me though, because she's a showcase unit, because she's a support type unit, and I'm like, yeah, gonna kind of throw her right there as a 7th slot on the team. On the fusion team, she can get like a 50% chance to dodge, which is pretty good, right? In difficult content, and she lowers attack and defense, which is useful in some situations, but I wouldn't say any of them are like crazy or anything. It's batch 2 that brings the real good units in my opinion, but they're all still very usable, and it's just good that in general they do have awakenings and stuff, right?
Right. So yeah, let's talk with the global players here. Joker, have you tried out those fusion EZAs?
I have not yet. I haven't had a lot of time to do that because I've been trying to focus on the JP account and trying to use the Super Saiyan 4s. I honestly didn't know what they did. So as you guys were going over it, I was pulling up the wiki and trying to take a look at them. But I don't know. Barlot looks the most interesting because of him being a nuker and making orbs. Is that what I? Yeah, he does. Okay, so he probably looks like the most useful to me. Pandel, is definitely a showcase unit. Her chance to dodge and everything per fusion category ally. I mean, you can certainly run the fusion category, especially with these new guys, if you're trying to do a showcase of all fusion units. But I feel like nowadays there's a lot of other ones that are going to probably bring more to the table than just her 30% support. Karoli is pretty basic. I mean, 260% attack and defense, high chance of stun. So, I mean, if you haven't cleared Extreme Super Battle Road Fusion, he's going to help you a lot with a 70% chance to stun people. Or no, 50% chance to stun and launching additionals. And then, who's the last one? Bullpan? High chance to be effective against all types, high chance to guard. So, she's suffering from the Super Saiyan 3 Trunks EZA of not giving them 100% guard chance on defensive-minded units. So that's unfortunate. But what can you do? At least they're upgrades to old existing units that everyone probably has pulled a million times. So that's what I got to say about them.
Exactly.
One thing I want to bring up about Karoli is I feel like I really like Karoli's design, because what happens is you get the first super attack, say you stun the enemy, you get the additional 59% attack, and you could again get the double super attack. And in terms of that, you can essentially get triple super attacks. You could stun. You have 3 chances to stun the enemy, and when you stun the enemy, they do get an additional 59% attack, so they hit harder. I really like how that is designed. Right, it really works well together and meshes with the kit. Right, just outside of that, he's kind of basic, and you probably wouldn't really run him outside of Super Battle Road in a lot of situations, but. Just wanted to point that out. I think he's still pretty good, right?
Yeah. Well, he's the one that got the shaft with the he awakens from medals from the Broly Dokkan Fest event, but he has Shattering the Limit instead of Fierce Battle.
Oh yeah, I hate that so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when he came out. So in terms of these guys, so I don't know about anyone else on here because no one mentioned it yet, but I actually played the Fusions game on the DS, and I loved it. Like it's like, yeah, I loved it. So I was excited when this came out, when the banner came out for the first time on Global. Because it was guaranteed featured, I believe. I summoned on that banner until Caroli was rainbowed, because even though he wasn't great even when he first came out, I just think his design's really cool. I thought it was cool in the game. So I am excited for these Easy A's. Caroli's one of those units that I link leveled him before we ever knew he was gonna get an Easy A, just for the fun of it. So obviously quite happy that he's getting one. And yeah, Barlock's going to be very good. In terms of like the Bullpan and the Pandel, I hate high chance to guard. Anyone who came out to the streams where I was trying to do the Androids ESBR no item run for hours on end because Tech 16 would not guard. You know how I feel about chance to guard passives, but I don't think it's so bad on Bullpan because she's a support unit more so than anything else, so you're going to be running her as like a third slot float most of the time anyway, so I feel like her having the high chance to guard is kind of just like a little bonus extra rather than the main part of her kit, whereas obviously 16 is a defensive unit who only gets attack buffs when he guards, so when he doesn't guard, he basically doesn't do anything. So I think she can kind of get away with that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Caroli, it's going to be interesting to see because obviously at least all of these guys are on the new Fused Fighters category as well. Although, of course, none of these guys have Kamehameha, so they're not getting like the 200% leader skill. But at least they're on like a newer current team. Caroli is probably going to be the one that I'm looking forward to trying out the most. Obviously, I've been link leveling the other ones and they're almost all ready to go. Because you see like the 260% attack and defense, and the fact that he can get even more if the enemy is already stunned. But I think they balance that out with the fact that his stats aren't like super high. But still, when you see attack and defense 260, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he could do. And
260 with easy A stats.
Yeah, when we potentially have a category in the future where they do decide to give that extra 30% or whatever they're going to do to one of these categories like fusion or crossover or something, then units that have that kind of big number in their passive are obviously going to start looking very, very impressive. So
yeah, I think for me, like Caroli is like rotting in my box because I'm never going to use him. I have no incentive to use this guy at all. And I hate them because he never does those additional super attacks for me. So he's pretty much useless for me. Like I hate the fact that I rainbowed this guy. What Minato? What?
Skill issue.
Yeah, you're going to meeting 3.
User
you're
error.
Going to meeting 3 with me right after this. So,
Okay, guys, Sunblade is gonna be gone. I'm sorry. Feel free to say it.
No, all good. So the next part of the Dokkan podcast, I just want a quick answer here because as Minato teased, there is a second batch coming of Dragon Ball Fusion's Easy Ace, and this batch is going to be amazing. So I want to ask everybody here, what's your favorite one out of those? So Joker, let's start with you.
Oh my god, no, skip me. Come back to me.
So yeah, Joe, your turn.
Yeah, I can jump in. I think Janumbu seems absolutely ridiculous, and like the cooler Frieza ones are pretty crazy as well. Just because of their link sets, make them really, really good. He's not an easy A, but I'm really excited for when Weirus comes as well. We were talking about Weirus earlier, but I'm so excited for that double orb changing. But yeah, I would say Janumbu to me is probably the best of the batch for sure.
Well,
Okay,
lucky for you, Weirus isn't easy actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's Awakening and then an Easy A. Yes. So he counts. I forget they did the Awakening and Easy A. I kind of wish Dokkan would slow down on that and like just awaken, let him be good, and then they can Easy A later. Yeah, sometimes they jump the gun and do both. So yes, Weirus though I think is the one I'm probably going to use the most, just because when I can float a unit as like a support / orb changer, I'm going to be using him a ton. But Janumbu, I think he's going to be great in difficult content. He's fantastic.
So Ningen, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would say pretty much the same. Like, Janembu on paper seems like probably the best one. The Weirus is going to be super good. We were talking about it before the show actually started, but I've been using Weirus on my JP account on the team with the LR Super Saiyan 4s, because obviously not only is he creating a ton of physical orbs that you could give to them, But one of the things that he gets when he picks up a certain amount of orbs is that he gives a support passive to fusion allies, which obviously the Super Saiyan 4s count as because they fuse into Gogeta. So not only are they making orbs for him, they're also providing support. So he actually works really, really well on their team. So if you are on Global and you do have him, like make sure you get him easy aid and like link leveled and everything ready for the anniversary, because I think he's actually going to be a really solid unit to use on their team. But one of the things I noticed that we didn't really talk about, because it's Global is also getting, at the same time that we get these first batch of Easy A's, we are getting the free-to-play unit awakenings, including the Tiencha that Global never got because it was a login bonus for JP. And somebody did actually point out to me today, they've changed his name on Global. So on Global, he is not called Tiencha, he is called Yamhan. So
oh god,
it's another one of those weird, it's another one of those weird localization things, right? Because the Barlot on JP is actually called Barotto, and on Global he's called Barlot. So they have got slightly different names for some of the characters.
No, because Yamhan is what he's called in, or something like that. It's similar to what he's called in JP. He wasn't ever called like Tiencha. That was only like a globalized, localized version, right? So they're making it closer to what the actual JP one was, if I'm not mistaken.
Do we blame Goresh for that translation from years and years ago?
It's probably cool because
Goresh is the one who's talking
the
about
first time,
Yamhan.
as far as I know, the first time that he ever appeared in any Dragon Ball media, I think it was like Budokai 2. They had those random like what if missions that were kind of like dream sequences, and one of them was the Yamcha Tien fusion, and then the other one was, which I always remember, was when Cell was waiting for the Cell games. He had a dream that he'd accidentally absorbed Krillin instead of Android 18, so he became like a mini orange Cell. And
that was funny.
I can't remember back to then, but if in that Budokai 2, in the English version, they might actually have been called Yamhan in that. I actually can't remember. But apparently that's what they're called on Global now. So
yeah, I know for sure the JP version was always like Yamhan, and I guess they're going with that on Global now, which makes sense. I feel like kind of just to match things up. It's not Tiencha technically in terms of Dokkan. But yeah, that's the whole name shenanigans thing. I'm gonna go ahead and interject. I want to talk a little bit about the units myself, because I actually really like the fusion batch units. I'm sure everyone knows they're actually pretty good. And since I've used the units, I feel like kind of nice to explain it to some people who haven't used it, like global players here haven't been able to use these batch 2 units yet. I want to talk about Chowman. Chowman's actually pretty interesting now, right? Because when he falls under that 50% HP threshold, I've seen him hit like 9 million attack stats AoE. It's quite crazy. Unfortunately, the thing that holds him back is like his link set sucks, and he's on like 2 teams. And that's really the issue with Chowman, unfortunately. But he can look pretty strong, actually. Like, unironically, he can hit very hard, like in a Super Battle Road stage when you're fall under that threshold.
Wait, you don't put him on Final Trump card with the fusions?
Well, yeah, well, you could. They share a fuse fighter, right? Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, Chowman's hitting like 9 mil, isn't he? Like AoE 9 mil, like insane numbers. Yeah,
exactly,
like
right?
He can like one-shot Super Battle Road.
And what I will say is, I want to talk about Celza. I feel like no one really talked about Celza. He has like a very high attack stat for a banner unit, EZA. He has like 18k attack, guys. He has big bad bosses. He hits really hard. I've seen him hit like 6-7 million attack stats. He has amazing defense, like easily over 300k. Great link set. Yep. I think Celza is kind of the one that's being like underlooked by the community personally. Either him or Kuliza, but I think probably Celza, right? I feel like people like at least see Kuliza like it's a support stacker. Celza's really good. My Janembu, I built him with 30 dodge. You guys can tell me, you guys can't say otherwise. 30 dodge. Once Janembu gets that guard off, yes, dude, that guard is like so much more valuable than getting like a potential chance for an additional stack. Because the chance for the additional super attack and the chance for the dodge is still the same. Because keep in mind, additionals are split between getting a normal and a super attack, right?
Yep.
So I would prefer to get the dodge to get that guaranteed guard for the turn. Even though he has that medium chance, I think that it's like not high enough for me. I'd prefer to have two 30% chances, and then that's where it's really rolling, right? And he still has like 11 additional, so it's not like he can't stack pretty often, right?
Yeah.
And he still has very high defense at the start, like 220k plus without support. And Ningen already went in detail, but right now he's just an orb changer for the Super Saiyan 4s with supporting. Very, very powerful unit. Just that Beerus units aren't that strong right now, I'd say. But yeah, I just went on the mini coverage of those units because I like all of them for sure, and they're all very fun to use. Just unfortunate they're not on as many teams as I would like, right? But that's really it.
Yeah, now when it comes to Janembu, like I see the logic behind it, but I would definitely, I think you should give him a decent amount of dodge, because I do agree that just relying on the 30% chances maybe not going to cut it every single time, but as a unit that does infinitely stacked defense, I would definitely give him a little bit more additional. If you're saying yours is like 30 dodge and 11 additional, I think I would definitely give mine a little bit more additional than that. Because when you get nearer to the end of the event, it doesn't really matter if he doesn't guard, because his defense is going to be so high. But,
actually, I checked. So mine it can't get 30 additional, right?
Okay.
It's 25 additional, it's 25 dodge, 6 additional, and then 5 crit.
yeah,
so
6 additional is just not enough for an infinite stack.
My argument for that is I've used him and he stacks. Like, without getting additionals, he still gets like 700k defense at the end of the event. And it's like, at that point, it's like, it doesn't matter. So I'd rather have him strengthened in short, difficult content. So
that is fair.
Where he really needs that guard, right? Because no matter what, this guy's going to stack a lot, even without additionals. And it's like, at that point, like, you get him to 1 million. Right now, currently, it's like, there's like, who cares about the difference between 700k and 1 million in those long events?
Yeah.
Unless it's Tech Gohan, then I'll talk about him all day. But anyways, this guy is just, right now, there's not really content that long content that warrants needing like his defense to be higher than that. So I'd prefer that short content viability, which makes him a lot better considering he does have that debuff as well, right?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay,
Yeah,
I had a chance to look over everyone. I had a chance to familiarize.
Those discussions really are a unique selling point for the podcast. So if you don't tune in those podcasts very often and want to learn more about the game, tune in more. So
can we talk about something that's very confusing to me about I was looking at the free to play units. So the 2 characters that are from Dragon Ball Fusions, we are getting them as well as I guess Yamhan as free to play cards. But the one thing I need to point out, because I'm pretty sure this is the case from what we saw in the data download stuff, we're getting the awakenings for them, but they're not getting their Easy A's straight away fast. So it will be the un-Easy Aid versions. But the thing that I find really strange is, so the physical one, Tekka, he's the character who, if you choose not to customize your character at all, he's like the player character. So kind of like the default Shepard in Mass Effect or whatever, right? Like, he's the character you play as if you choose to not play as a custom character. But the other character, who I'm pretty sure his name is pronounced, it's like Pinich or something. I'm fairly sure in the story of the game, they say that he is a Saiyan, and he has a tail, and he has the Saiyan lineage and Saiyan warrior race, but he's not on pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans. So I don't understand what's going on with that.
Clearly he's very, very, very like 1% Saiyan, so
yeah, he has Saiyan warrior race and the Saiyan lineage and a tail,
it's really
he's
dumb,
not on
right?
hybrids or pure Saiyans, which I thought was kind of weird.
He
He's
should
not
be on that
Earthlings.
category. No, he's not. That's Tekka's on Earthling. Pinich is not on Earthlings or
okay.
anything.
Yeah, so he's just like, he's nothing apparently, because Tekka is on Earthlings and he's
Nothing,
not,
right?
So surely he should be on one or
very
the
odd.
other, but yeah, he's not on any of them.
Exactly.
So that's the downside, I think, for him, is he's not on enough. I guess youth is a category that doesn't get buffed very much, whereas at least. Oh wait, Minato, there's a video for you to do. Why haven't you busted this one out yet? Tekka is an Easy A unit. He's on fused. Oh no, he's not. He's not a fusion. God damn it! I was gonna say he's on Kamehameha. He's just from the fusions game, but he's not a fusion. Damn, you can't.
Yeah, he's
can't
not a
use him on
fusion.
200%
This guy.
leads. How disappointing.
Wild. It's okay. I have like 16 bajillion videos I have to do anyways, right?
But yeah, so
that's
it's worth farming those up, global guys. Farm up a second copy for SA5 ready for when they do Easy A. But yeah, they're not getting their Easy A straight away. So unfortunately, in their un-Easy A state, they're not really very impressive. But still something to farm up while you ignore what's going on JP so you don't cry.
We need more distractions, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. I just want to confirm the Easies do come with the second match. That's what happened in JP. So if you're wondering, oh, why aren't they out yet? That's what happens, right?
Okay, so I think with that said, we can move on to our break, and then we will return with the questions. Just a heads up for you, we published a tweet on our Twitter account at 59gaming1, and we ask for your questions there every Thursday. So yeah, make sure to be on the lookout for our Twitter and yeah, engage with us there. And yeah, with that said, we go on a short break and we'll be right back. Yeah, so we are back actually, or well, we never left. So there you go, some behind the scenes stuff, and yeah, we'll get the new producer situated here. We are going through some changes, so yeah. Okay, so yeah,
good times.
Welcome back, everybody. So yeah, let's talk about the questions you submitted a couple days ago, and we'll kick things off with the first one from JC Gamer 18. And yeah, this is a question we encountered quite often, and I want to exclude the friend system here for that. That's very important because we will be done with this question in like a couple of seconds. So this one is, if you had to do one major revamp that isn't Chain Battle or World Tournament, what would it be? So yeah, Joe, your turn.
All right, so this is something I've been wanting in Dokkan for a long time, especially because some of these categories, right, like Pure Saiyans or like the new God Bros leader skill, there's just so many units on the team, and it's like there's so many good options. Like it's overwhelming. So I want an event where we have larger team sizes, and let's say we have some event where like your rotations are 5 to 6 units, and then you can play a lot more with like sliding the units around. I don't know how it'd work on the UI, but just something where I can use bigger teams where I utilize my larger roster more. That's what I want.
So how about you, Joker?
I would like the option to rearrange the categories at my own personal will. That way, I mean, I can put them alphabetically. I know I'm not a terribly big fan of the new color coding, and I know they're supposed to fit into like certain sets of like the sagas and all the crap categories at the very bottom. I would like to order them how I see fit, and then I could always remember where they are.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, Ningen, what's your answer here?
Well, if it's not going to be the friend system, then
yeah, I know what's coming.
I was going to say something that we've talked about. I think we even talked about it on the last episode, but it would be the game actually having a proper pity system. At this point, like, I just don't understand why we don't have one. And like I say, we talked about it last time. I don't really see a good reason why they can't implement one. Even if they do, I said I talked about it last week, but I'll say the same thing again. You know, the only argument I've heard against it is from people like Truth who want to wail to always rainbow the new unit on the first banner. So if you have a pity system that's something like Grand Cross, where you just get a guaranteed copy every X amount of stones, then it means those people are going to spend less stones overall, which is true. So then the game would make less money. But a lot of people don't play the game like that. They just want one copy. And when you're, 2,000 stones deep and you don't even have one copy, it feels bad. And lots of people will quit the game over stuff like that. So I feel like they should just have a one-time only. Like you reach X amount of stones, you get one copy. And then if you want to keep summoning after that, then you're on your own. So then the people who do want to go crazy and get all 5 copies straight away could still end up spending 10,000 stones. But somebody like me, or if you haven't put, I forget whether it was Joe or Joker that didn't pull the androids, but
that was me.
You'd actually have pulled them if there was.
Yeah, it'd be real nice.
Yeah, I think 1K stones is still a lot, especially for like free to play players or something. But yeah, if it was 1,000 stones and then you get one copy and then after that you're on your own, I don't think that would negatively impact the game at all. And I think Minato said it last week when we talked about it. Like, people who are maybe like 750 stones deep might be encouraged to actually buy those couple of extra stones so that they can reach the pity. Because there's nothing worse. I'm sure we've all been there when you're pretty much as deep as you wanted to go, and then you think, oh, I'll buy like 2 more 91 stone packs, and then you still don't pull anything, and it feels real bad. But if you're in that situation where buying 2 more 91 packs would actually get you to the pity, then at least you know you're going to get it. So,
Okay.
I mean, with me, that was like my entire idea,
sorry.
right? I'm sure you know Sunblade. Right? The whole pity thing. I'm just gonna agree with you again. I think that one guaranteed copy for just 1K stones. That's it, and you don't get multiple. Just that one copy. It'll still allow people like Truth get shafted, since it sounds like he really likes to go 2,000 stones without a copy of a unit, and us like lower spending players, more average, will have more incentive to spend to get that guaranteed unit, right?
And if I can
I
throw
think
one
that
more in,
sounds reasonable. Yeah. Sorry.
I just wanted to throw one more in really quick, one more revamp, is that we were talking about this before, but I think just a revamp of all the basic attacks, just with the new animations, just a very quick, like really nice Kamehameha animation for all the basic Kamehamehas. We were talking about that STR old Goku had a really good Kamehameha. Just something quick, but like looks good with the new animations. It would make the game feel very fresh.
Okay, great. Yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next question. And actually, our boy Havohai asked that question, so I had to bring this in. So he asked, if you had to choose one of the new 7-year anniversary LRs to start the game, brand new account, that's important, what unit would you choose? So, Minato, what's your answer here?
I would say between the 2 anniversary units, it's so tough. Really, at this point, I would say just the one that you like better. The one, like, do you like Super Saiyan 4s or gods, right? I think it doesn't necessarily matter, though. I would say, keep in mind, as a new player, the gods probably have a better leader scope, because Beyond Super Saiyan is way more vast than, the fusion team, right? Like, as a beginner, I feel like you're gonna have more access to like Super Saiyan 2s, 3, 4 gods, everything like that, right? And then I feel like movie heroes is also much more vast than GT heroes, right? So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I would say I would recommend the gods, but at the end of the day, I feel like both of them just kind of destroy the game anyways. So you could really go for the one that you really want. I would recommend the gods though.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I think I would say the same, but yeah, I'm biased towards the Super Saiyan 4s anyway, but logically, the gods are the better answer here, so...
yeah, I think isn't the Beyond Super Saiyan, isn't the category bigger than like Fused Fighters and GT Heroes put together? Because it's like...
Yeah.
I haven't
huge.
checked, but I wouldn't
It
be
is.
surprised,
Yeah,
right?
so I think when you consider,
so
if
dumb.
if we're talking about starting a fresh account, obviously you're only summoning on that banner that's available at the moment. With the units that are available, and then when you think about all the free-to-play units that are available and stuff like that, I feel like the Beyond Super Saiyan is by far like the easiest category for you to be able to build a team for. So I think almost objectively, like the best unit to have to start a new account is probably them. But like Minato said, if you got the Super Saiyan 4s instead, I mean, you're still going to be able to do a lot of stuff. So, and I think I would be, like a Sunblade, I would be biased because I prefer the Super Saiyan 4s just because.
Yeah, I just love their design.
Yeah, I just love the Super Saiyan 4 form. Their 18 key super with the Dragon Fist thing, and oh man, and my god, the Gogeta active skill animation is
Yeah, and the music, it's just perfect.
it's just so
Like,
good.
I'm so happy when I activate it every time. It's so good. But yeah, before ramble too much about them, let's move on to the next question from Swag Master Gaming, and he asked, besides Goku and Vegeta, what tag characters do you want to see? Some tag teams that we only see once or twice. So Joe, any ideas?
Yeah, you know, I gotta go with my boy Bergamo. Give me the Trio de Dangers. Give me a free-to-play LR of the Bergamo squad. That's what I want. Give me that, and then give me a Bergamo Easy A at the same time. Then we're rolling. We're cooking.
Oh
we're
my
cooking.
god.
Yeah, there's a
Bergamo
reason why I
Easy A?
asked you this.
God,
So.
Give me it, man. I mean, like these are units that don't see a lot of play, and like we could build up their team. Like, give me units we don't have very commonly, and like that would be a fun. They're like a perfect free-to-play LR idea. The Trio de Dangers. Give it to me, man. I want it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Joker. Well, what's your pick here? Do you have one?
Yeah, it's kind of a lowball one, but for how much time they spend together, we don't have a really good combo card of like Kid Gohan and Piccolo. I mean, the real dad of Gohan, essentially.
Nah.
Stop
But
this.
we have, yeah, we have no like combo
That
card.
I hate that joke.
Moving on, Joker. Moving on. Come on.
Okay, so I guess I'll go. Or I guess I don't know if Joker is done with his actual.
No, that's
point or
fine.
not. Yeah,
I just
okay.
want to piss you off.
yeah. You knew already, huh? Okay, well, continuing on, I'm going to say it's just a really random one that no one's gonna like. I just think it would be funny if they're like a top best unit in the game, and everyone says that they're not because it's them. The Universe 2-girl trio.
God.
Vivian,
Oh,
Cocoons,
God.
and Rosie, like an LR of them, and they're just like top 5 in the game. And they're absurdly busted. I would think that's just so funny. Just like how Kel and Khalifa happened, and everyone denied they were the best unit in the game. That again, but this time they're just like busted. It would be just hilarious.
That's perfect timing. They can release with the Bergamo squad, Universe Survival Saga theme. Make them a dual Dokkan.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
god.
There we go.
Let's go. That's perfect.
There's that talk, Joe. I see you. Let's
Yeah,
go.
we're on the same page here. We're on the same page. We got this.
And then the part 2 LR can be what is this? The giant white robot-looking thing.
Anizala or
Yeah, that one,
Anizala?
yeah.
What-
You can
I
make
don't
him
know.
as a
You
part
can say
2
either way,
LR.
right? Ooh.
Well, I can't believe we started off this episode talking about how Dokkan was never going to die, and now I've changed my mind.
Come
Oh
on.
my God.
Let's be real. Dokkan can release anything they want and they'll be fine. As long
Dokkan
as the
Fest
anniversary
Videl
is
proof
popping,
of
right?
that. Yeah, Dokkan
Yeah.
Fest Videl is proof that anything can be OP in Dokkan.
Kid Gohan's not even that like popular of a character, I feel like, right? You know, it's like Kid Gohan. It's like really like he's cool, but like as a Dokkan Fest, and he still did pretty solidly. Like every single Dokkan Fest this year was top 10 in the top grossing rankings for iOS,
Yep.
which is very impressive, right? Considering that they released like with Dell, who had like 6, Kid Gohan, who was like at 7 or 8, something like that, right? And everyone else was above 5, so that just shows you how like they can release anything, and it doesn't matter as long as the unit's broken, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I would pick now. If we're talking specifically like characters who've fought together, then I think I would probably pick. I think it would be cool to have a card to represent that. To have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Trunks from the Future Trunks saga. I think that would be pretty cool. Because we obviously have them like teaming up for the Father-Son Gallic Gun in the Super Attack animations for those 2 Easy A's, but a proper unit of them together with like top quality animations I think would be really cool. But if we're just talking about like a joined forces unit, then obviously my number 1 pick is 17 and Hellfire 17, who fuse into Super 17.
Yeah, good pick. I like that. Yeah, I personally love this like over-the-top stuff, and I played a lot of Heroes World Mission in the past, and I would love like a Blue Evolution Vegeta and UL Goku card. That would be very hype to me. I love this like over-the-top super attacks like times 1000 Kamehameha and like 5000 times Final Flash stuff. Yeah, I'm this kind of a Dragon Ball fan, so
Oh
yeah.
man, yeah. If Heroes stuff was allowed, I've got a long list. So
Oh, boy.
But yeah, we'll move on to the final question, and this I think is the most important one for today, and I teased that a little bit when we started the podcast. So let's move on to the question from the Red Shogun. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry, that I messed up here. Let me scroll up, but it's very similar. Yes, I got it. It's the one from Goo Fury. What units got the biggest buff from the 200% leader skills? So Minato, you published a lot of videos. So yeah, pump out your answers. here?
The units that got the biggest buff in these leader skills, I would say the physical Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Vegeta. LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku is another one that comes to my mind. I have to let me check the list of units I've done just so I can double check, right? Make sure I don't miss anyone that I really want to point out. I think in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was helped out a lot by this, at least to me personally. And yeah, Goten and Trunks, Gohan and Goten also. I feel like we're also just very much helped out. And yeah, I'd say those are my picks. Oh, last one. I just threw out a bunch of units there. But the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the Realm of God support type unit, I really like him under the Gods team, especially if we're running a full Realm of God setup. I think all those units are drastically helped out. And final answer also, AGL LR Gohan. Also, very helped out because he could, on that team, you could run Android 18. You could run the Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku and Gohan, and you can transform with them, and he looks very impressive on that rotation. But keep in mind, the Spirit Bomb Goku, he gets hit very hard. But yeah, that's whole list. I'm so sorry. I just had to ramble off because I just been using all these units, and they're just so like I love the 200% leader skill meta right now. It's just so fun.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much because there will be a video going up very, very soon on the 5-9 mobile channel where we will talk about the not top 10 units, but 10 units that were buffed tremendously by this new mechanic. And my personal favorite I think is AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's not the best, no, but he was rotting in my box for months. I didn't use him at all, and now I have an incentive to use him again because he works so well with the LR Super Saiyan 4s. So I'm happy to use cards that I haven't used in years or months. So yeah, definitely check out that video. That will go up very, very soon on our channel. And any closing comments from the sad global players here?
Just weep a tear for us. Weep a tear for us. The thing that makes it so hard, Anniversary is always hard, but it's even harder now because there's a new category meta. So it just makes it even harder. Like I'm seeing all these videos of I want to run all these units under the new leader skill and I can't. So it's not even the unit itself. It's not having the leader skill that makes it hard.
Yeah, exactly. Because like when the LRs come out for the Anniversary and it's just like a new category, then it's like, okay, well, I can't run that category. Or like maybe I kind of can because let's say like beyond Super Saiyan, for example, you could use transforming Goku as a leader and then just make a team that's all Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, whatever, and you're still technically kind of running the team, but with a lower leader skill. But now, yeah, it's literally like we're kind of seeing Minato, I think, said it best in one of his videos that I watched earlier. I think it was the Gohan one, where it's almost like reusing some of these old units. It's almost like when they get an easy A, because like you're using them again and they've got like a 60% extra stat buff. So they're now even better than they were before. And it's like you could literally just sit and go through your list of units in your box that are on Kamehameha that are going to be under that 200% lead and just, have fun trying out the different teams using all these old units again just to see how good they are now. So I would agree, like that is the hardest part. It's not just that it's like a new category or a new, a new mechanic like when they added active skills. It is literally like a whole new meta.
I will say about that when it comes to content creation, it's funny because earlier today, me, Truth, and Dokkan World, we all uploaded the AGLR Gohan showcase within the same hour, and there's a screenshot of that. It's just funny, but I would say especially since you guys are global content creators, it definitely can be very tough seeing everyone make all this content. And like, well, I'm just kind of here. Ningen, I thought there is a unit that you would like to bring up, the Super Saiyan 3 Teen Gotenks.
Hell yeah. Because you made the video. I told you to make it. Mine is Rainbow Full Level 10 Lynx, so he is one of the ones that I'm super excited for when his EZA comes out, because he... is potentially like the best easy 80 you are now. He's like actually
crazy.
ridiculous. When I was watching your video, I forgot that he was only 55% until you mentioned it again. Like he's hitting, what was it, like 6 million attack with some ridiculous defense, and he's only 55%. Like actually ridiculous.
Yeah, he was hitting 6-7 million. He had like 400k defense. He could triple super. I was like, what is going on? Like it's crazy.
He's crazy. I was saying in that Dragon Ball Hero celebration, he was like the best unit out of that celebration. Like he's insane. And then I think the kid AGL Goten EZA is another intriguing one on the 200 because he has a very similar stacking mechanic.
I'm actually gonna have a video for him tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to see that. I'll check it out for sure.
He's really
Because you know who's gonna get, well, obviously we're skipping ahead very far now, but Super Saiyan 3 Xeno Goku is probably one of the units that's gonna get an easy A with the Hero Celebration this year. So he's gonna be insane as well.
And he's on the 200%.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like any of the Heroes units that are like, you know, on beyond Super Saiyan or Kamehameha as well. Like some of them are gonna be insane. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to, but right now it's kind of, I'm having fun with the Android team, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
I'll just link level everyone that's going to be on the new teams, and hopefully they're all done by the time the anniversary comes out. That way I can use them all at full potential.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to confirm who the Easy A's are going to be, so I can start link leveling them ready. But
yeah, that should be
God
in like 2
and
days.
I'm working on God Vegeta right now.
Yeah, I have all of them finished. That should be in 2 days. So we'll see. It's gonna be very interesting. I at the same time, I know we want like those like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, AGL Blue Gogeta, right? I think it would be interesting if it's something like left field, but still very exciting. You know, just like what if they easy like the year 4 Super Saiyan 4s or something wild, right? And we're just like, what? Like
that would be crazy.
That would be crazy, right? But I don't know. It could also be the year 3 LRs. I think is very.
I think that's more likely just because the theme is Goku and Vegeta, and it's a Joy Forces card. I feel like that's way more likely. That's the one I'm banking on.
Yeah, I think they're definitely gonna EZA. I just feel like they could wait for part 3 because that's when they usually EZA LRs. But that's besides the point, right?
Okay, so yeah, we will definitely talk about this next week. Or well, the week after maybe, but yeah, for today we will close this episode out here. Thank you very much to that you listened, or well, you watched the episode here. You saw some behind the scenes stuff. It was a very exciting episode. I loved it. But yeah, this has been episode 68 called Dokkan Forever. And yeah, one shout out to Akatsuki, or well, the Twitter account of Dokkan Battle. It just reached 1 million followers, so I hope we will get a huge amount of stones for that. And yeah, thank you very much, Joe, Minato, Ningen, and Joker for joining me today. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.